What's good, my co-host?
Oh, my co-host and brother Ty, how is one doing? This is a
I'm
Friday
doing
episode.
I'm doing so good on this fine Friday afternoon, Eric, my co-host, my brother. I'm happy to be here with you, joined by also you, the breadheads, the listeners, our rock. The reason we do this silly little podcast twice a week. I'm
It's
sipping on some
only for you
blackberry
redheads.
spark. Yeah, it really is. I got the blackberry sparkling water flowing right now, Eric. I'm leaning back in on my couch. Life's good. Life's good. What's new with you?
Oh, not much. I just had a nice boozy lunch, because it's another day of visiting the in-laws. So I have to get a few beers in me before I can tolerate that.
Dude, you are
Um,
committed to the bit as far as this whole dating thing. Like, I feel like every other day you're with Bay's in-laws. Like, do
Dude,
you have make any time for yourself anymore?
literally none. The only time I get to myself is en route to the activation.
Mm.
When I can plug in my favorite podcast. Sneak hint, it's this one. Um, I can plug myself in and crack the windows and turn up the volume because it's time for the Think Fresh boys to get to munching.
You know, every time I walk through the parkade of my apartment, uh, I always see at least one person. Some sad adult is sitting in the driver's seat of their vehicle. The engine's not running, but all the windows are up and they're just on their phone. They're just getting a few minutes of me time before they go upstairs to whether it be the in laws, the children, their drunk husband. I don't know. Uh, and I feel like when I walk by that person, I see my future. I just think that's everyone's destiny at some point. It's
That's
kind
like
of scary.
it's a really poignant observation of today's culture. Like we're so plugged in, like both digitally and socially, that like that moment of like, okay, I'm gonna like lock up my car and walk to where I need to be is like really appreciated now. And I'm with you. I have a great view of my parkade here next door to me, and I see the same thing quite a lot. And I always think that they're staring at me,
Hmm.
and then I realize, oh, it's like they hate their lives. So maybe the voyeuristic tendencies they have are just them projecting their shit life onto me, and maybe living a little vicariously through me.
I think so. There's something very regenerative about just having phone time in an
Yeah.
isolated space with no one around. But
Hmm.
hopefully that isn't my future, Eric. Hopefully, like, I can keep things saucy as I grow old
Hmm.
in my relationships and my families. How are you keeping things saucy with your bae?
Well, they do call me the sauce boss tie, and I'm no stranger to adding four sauces when needed.
I see.
Um,
You just bring extra sauce into the equation.
Dude, no one's ever said no to more sauce.
I
Um,
think your life is a little too saucy, perhaps.
okay, Metro Boomin. Too much sauce over there. Not enough over here. Um, yeah, no, dude, it's saucy. Don't even worry about it. There's another guy in my parkade who I always see walking, like doesn't take the elevator. He like does this loop. He takes the car way down, and he's always blasting a cig and carrying a 24 pack of like Budweiser, and cig in one hand, Bud in the other, and you
Mm,
can just tell he's like walking slower than he usually does, just because he doesn't want to go
hmm.
home to his um, terrible life.
Hmm. It's escapism, like microdosing on it in a sense. And
Hmm.
I would take the scenic route too, my guy. Like whenever I'm at Subway and I see someone just like straight up skip a section, they're like, "Oh, no vegetables for me. Let's move
Yeah,
on to the sauces." They're
yeah,
always. I'm like, what's the rush?
yeah.
Like,
What are you going? Where are you going, buddy?
yeah, where do
Um,
you need to be so badly you can't eat some spinach?
My brother in Christ, eat some spinach. Your body will thank you. Oh fuck, that's
Ah,
crazy. It's crazy that people like don't buy vegetables. Like it's like you're a functioning adult and you don't stop at the veggie section on the way to the checkout. Both Subway and Whole Foods. Like you don't even go there. What's up with that?
dude, it's so whack because when you walk in a grocery store, the first section you always have to cross is the produce section.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd imagine as a vegetable denier, the that crossing is a wretched, difficult pathway. I may avoid grocery stores altogether.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to part the Red Sea if you're a veggie denier in order to like make your way to the frozen lasagna section.
Yeah, no kidding. I feel like it's inter- it's weird that grocery store planning, the store design has not changed like brand to brand to accommodate different types of users. For
Hmm.
example, like your like low tier grocery stores that aren't really carrying high quality produce, they're like competing with Subway for the same lettuce farms. They are still setting up their grocery stores like Whole Foods, where they're presenting their produce first and foremost. And I think that's weird. Why don't they just appeal to the lowest common denominator shopper that makes up their base and just stick the mac and cheese boxes right at the entrance, and then as soon as
Mm.
they get in there, tease them with the next thing, the canned soup, then tease them with the granola bars, then tease them with Mr. Noodle, and get them moving around the store that way.
Mm. That's an interesting take. I would love to see like kind of like the Joey's experimental kitchen type of scenario
Mm-hmm.
where like you have the test kitchen I should say where you have
Mm-hmm.
like one location is like they're A/B testing the layout like
Mm-hmm.
Air One in Silver Lake could lead with their nice bone broths at the front,
Mm-hmm.
but then the Air One in Burbank could be all about I don't know snap peas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wasabi dusted snacks.
Exactly. But
Dude, Air One's bone broth section is impressive. It is
mhm,
something. It is one of the wonders of the world, of the modern world.
it's pretty amazing that you can just like buy bone broth. Like it's one of those things that like you made because like you don't like like wasting food. Like it's like one of those things where you just like you don't like plan to make bone broth.
No,
Do you?
I
Do
don't
you
think
like
so.
do people save the carcasses of chicken because they want to?
It doesn't make any sense. I think bone broth just happens on by accident at home. That you drop the chicken. You're like, ooh, I dropped it in the pot. I know what to do next.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're trying to strip away the meat and then instead you like drop the entire chicken on the floor and you're like, well, I can't eat this now, so I'm just gonna make a bone broth.
I bet that's how Subway came up with flatbread. Like some like uh clumsy artist just accidentally stepped on some Italian herbs and cheese, or some white Italian is more likely.
Hmm.
Squish. What can we do with this? Like, I
But
need to
Ty,
take this to corporate.
yeah, put in the suggestion box. Um, but you know what? If you're a longtime listener of this show, you know that I'm, familiar with the ins and outs of big grocery. I used
Hmm.
to work at one.
Hmm.
Um,
He's a man on the
and
inside.
yeah, that job led me to two different career paths. One is podcaster, and the other one is
Hmm.
union buster.
Tell me about the
Um,
second one.
well, we'll need a whole other episode for that, Ty. But what I wanted to bring up was the only reason they lead with vegetables is because they know you're not buying vegetables. They want you to take the longest possible path to the thing you actually are there for, which is milk and eggs. And that's always at the back corner of any grocery store. So think about all of the impressions the other food is going to get as you walk and
Mm,
like navigate your way to the back of the store. Like you're going to see like the craft dinner, you're going to see the juicy heirloom tomatoes, you're going to see
hmm.
the freshly baked croissants, you're gonna basically see every other product and the thing you're there for. So once you get
Mm-hmm.
to the end, you're like, fuck, I'm here. I might as well buy a box of pasta.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. The more eyeballs that a shelf gets, the more likely a
Hmm.
customer is going to think, I could use some of that too.
Yeah,
That's very intelligent.
precisely.
However, Eric, diet trends are changing. And traditionally, what they shove at the back of the grocery
Yeah.
store and make you commute to the milk, the eggs, the meats, those high quality cuts. No, like contemporary, like West Coast vegetarian is heading back there for that stuff. So, like, what about like their like craft mushroom soup? Like, I need some like artisanal tortellinis. That's what needs to be at the back.
I mean, you
You
might
know,
be
raw
right. Like,
raw untoasted cashews, but in bulk.
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. The at the back of Whole Foods is the bone broth pie, and not only
They get
that,
it.
but also the imitation eggs. Like the imitation eggs are beside the real eggs, so the thing still applies here, Ty. Same with oat milk. You know what I mean?
Wait, how are they imitating eggs?
There's like fake. You can buy fake eggs. It's like it's called Just Egg. This is not sponsored. In fact, I hate
Oh,
them.
this is like um it's like soup. It's just like egg like fluid in a carton,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. It's just yellow semen from a different animal.
Oh man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
gross.
I
It's
I,
still at
I
the
don't want
back.
that.
You know what I mean? No, no
Yeah.
one does.
But like
Um,
if it was like some like a crispy quinoa chocolate bar perhaps or like some cauliflower rice,
mhm.
yo, I'd run laps around the grocery store to get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, dude, you would park at one end of the parking lot and walk the entire length of the parking lot to get to that, um, you know, beautiful, beautiful buffalo cauliflower wing.
Facts. So,
Uh,
Eric, is Subway designed the same way? Like, are they aware that all their clients are there for the sauces? And the sauce is the most important part of the sandwich, and that's why they make that the very end of the experience because they don't want you to like tap out too early. They want to make sure they
mm,
get all the chances to upcharge you along the way before you hit the sauce section.
mm-hmm. Okay, interesting. They
Mm-hmm.
know you're not going to abandon your masterpiece because you still see the light at the end of the tunnel. Is that what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm. That's where the heavy hitters are, the maximum flavor.
The maximum flavor, the maximum consequence, the reason we're all there, the star of the show is the sweet onion sauce.
Facts.
And it's buried at the end of the line, ready to
Yeah,
be
dude.
applied to your sandwich.
Honestly, if you ask any normie, I'm not talking a Subway patron, just a normal person about Subway, I guarantee you they'll bring up one, that aromatic smell of the bread toasting, and two,
Hmm.
the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sandwich. That shit is popular.
That shit is popular. Um,
Damn.
I mean, yeah,
No one's talking
that
about mayo. No one's talking about ranch.
no, dude, those are things you can buy at a grocery store. But sweet onion sauce, that's a Subway exclusive right there.
They copyright that shit.
Dude, they literally have TMZ posted up outside of Subway waiting for the sweet onion to make an appearance. Oh
Sweet
man,
onion saucerazzi.
yeah, definitely something that ends with a Nazi. But uh, what was I gonna say? Ty, other places like Nando's, perhaps, or McDonald's, they bottle their most iconic sauce and sell it at Whole Foods.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not McDonald's, but Nando's does. Uh, why doesn't Subway bottle the sweet onion? Bottle the garlic oil even, or the Southwest Chipotle sauce. That would
Mm-hmm.
be such a good killing. Imagine you buy like a cute little 4 pack as a gift. Like that'd be so awesome for Subway to
That
do.
would be so cool. They don't even
Yeah.
need to repackage it though to appease me, Eric. It's already bottled. It's ready. It's
Yes.
consumer grade bottles. I've seen those sandwich artists wrap their little dirty little gloved up hands around those bottles. You don't. They're not professional grade. They're for the everyman.
Hmm. Every man, every machine. Those things
Mm-hmm.
are industrial sized, and the spout is like designed to be slammed against the table. Like it's like not even a pop, pop, pop. Hit it with a nice little pop, and it's ready to be squirted onto your little stupid little bun.
Damn. I would love a
Oh,
4 pack though. Okay, what's your dream 4 pack of sauces? We got sweet onion, obviously, Chipotle
mm,
Southwest, first choice making the cut. But then who are the secondary characters here? Or maybe
mm.
there's just maybe we got what's the new mustard relish ketchup trio?
Wow, holy shit! What are you dressing up that doggy with?
Yeah, dude.
Imagine a sweet onion hot dog. That's like some Japa dog shit right there.
Oh man, my body gave a visceral reaction to that. Like I lunged forward at the idea.
Um, my
Mm,
my all-star lineup, Ty, my starting
mm-hmm,
five. Let's make it a
mm-hmm.
starting five because we're
Okay,
athletes on this show.
okay.
My starting five: sweet onion,
Mm-hmm,
okay, Chipotle Southwest.
mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna throw in a nice little mayo because we have one tang, one basic, and then I'll throw in another basic sauce. Okay, and then let me hit you with another tangy one, barbecue. Okay, that's
Ooh, yeah.
four. And then what else we got? So we got two tangy, two basic. What's another wild card? Let's go hot sauce. We need some heat.
That's
That's
cool.
my
That's
five.
cool. I like that, Eric. I love what you're thinking there.
What's yours?
My starting lineup is obviously sweet onion. I mentioned earlier, but bringing Southwest into the mix early. Those two will be the first bottles drained at my barbecue. I'm actually I like the idea of adding the barbecue sauce because everyone does barbecue sauce differently. It doesn't matter if you're Jack Daniels or or just like a no-name brand grocery store barbecue sauce. You have a take. Actually, in fact, I was at a boutique grocery store the other day, and they sold root beer barbecue sauce, and it had a picture of a goat on the label, so I bought it, took for a spin. I wouldn't recommend it. Root beer does not belong in barbecue sauce,
No, it
but
does not. It's kind of
I
like
think Subway's,
Coca-Cola, like ribs. It's like I don't know about
yeah,
that either.
it's whack. It's like the purple ketchup of meat.
I know. It's like we don't need this. No one asked for this.
No one asked for it. So barbecue sauce would make the cut though because I'm sure Subway's barbecue sauce has an opinion. Finally, I want to add ranch as my creamer because mayo's too simple. But ranch, you can have a perspective. How you spice your
Hmm.
ranch is unique to you. And then
Yeah,
finally, I want to close the show with some garlic oil because
dude, heavy
that's
hitter right
timeless.
there.
Yeah.
That is timeless. I would like. I don't know if I would include it in my 4 pack gift option because that one's for Papa. That one's for me right
Mm.
there.
Yeah. Pop that
I'm
out
buying
and
that in
give
the
away.
glass bottle. Yeah, I'm buying that in the glass bottle, and I'm keeping that one for myself.
Dude, buy the 5 pack, break up the family. You got 4 stocking stuffers and a little treat for Daddy Eric.
That's right. Sometimes you gotta be nice to yourself on the holiday season too, you know?
Mm-hmm. Treat yourself.
Um, treat yourself. But Trader Joe's does like the same thing. Like they have like, their iconic spices. You can get a
Mm-hmm.
4 pack of that too. Uh, the everything seasoning is one of them, and then there's like 3 other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But good gift if you're, you know, if you're
You know
like
what?
boring like that.
You know how like you ever eat Lunchables as a kid, Eric? You're familiar with the Lunchable concept.
Yeah, I was not allowed to, but I did sneak a few in my life.
A sneaky lunch.
Lunchable, not very edible, but it'll do the job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It gets the job done. Well, Subway's food already comes prepackaged. It comes in buckets and it comes in bottles. And I think like you could probably Lunchablefy a 6 inch. Like
Hmm.
maybe it's everything's like you just like open a little tiny bag of lettuce, or there's a little tiny bucket that has 5 perfect cucumbers in it,
Hmm.
cucumber slices. I don't know. I'm just riffing here. I think there's an idea. We don't have to workshop this too much. I'll just let that one put that on a shelf. Think about it.
Hmm. That was very think fresh of you, and I appreciate that more than
You
you
know I'm
know.
always thinking.
Oh,
This is an
100%.
incubator, a toaster oven of ideas.
Yep, and it's on high.
Yeah, dude, we're triple toasted today.
I need to share with you a personal experience I had yesterday.
All right, hit me.
um, Yesterday, so this is another in-law situation, but we there's 20 of us, and we all decided to dine in at a local restaurant here in Vancouver, and it was Filipino, and it was, one of those situations or one of those like dinner activations that was um, kind of pre-ordered. Everyone kind of said what they wanted, and it was laid out on the table when we got there. It was all like presented to us on the table. No utensils, no bowls, no flatware, no dinnerware, nothing. Just food
No
on
way.
banana leaves on the table and drinks.
What? So you arrive at the restaurant, you go up to your table, but there is not even a table. It's just banana leaves on four legs and food everywhere, like a giant charcuterie.
Exactly. The entire table was stuffed to the brim. There was barely room for me to put my red sangria down. Dude.
What type of food is this? Is this like a was it like mixed veggies and deli meats?
Mixed sauces. Um, no, Ty, this was like a traditional Filipino style dinner where I forgot the name, but everything's basically like, eat with your hands and
Mm,
you just kind of like, there's like rice and you can, pick up a little bit of rice with your hands,
hmm.
grab some, there's like a little bit of cutlery for you to like spoon like different curries on it or like different meats and veggies and things like that. And you can like, just eat it. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, that was really fun, dude. It was like I'll walk through what I remember there being. There was so much food. It was like for 20 people, so I don't even know if I tried everything, but
Damn.
there was some squid, which was stuffed with some vegetables and random like spices and things like that.
Hmm.
There was a coconut rice with
Mm.
squash that was unbelievable. Um, there were barbecue pork skewers. There was chicken adobo. There was this like barbecue pork which was had like a crispy skin on it. There was like pork belly.
Mm.
Um,
You're
what
dining good.
else? Dude, it sounds pretty good, don't it?
You sound pretty good. 20 people,
Yeah,
one meal. That's like the most insane Groupon I've ever heard of.
dude, I know. It was like actually so much fun. Like
Yeah.
the removal of all cutlery just so, like there was no like hierarchy anymore. It's like manners just went out the window, and you were able to just like focus on like how good the food was and like your conversation with people, and it felt like a
Hmm.
bonding moment. Like I wasn't worried about like, oh, if my fork was like on the plate or on what side of my plate it was. I didn't
Hmm.
have to put a napkin in my lap. It was just like
Hmm.
get to eating, you know what I mean? And it was like really just like fun times, honestly.
Yeah, it sounds like it would stimulate a lot of like a cocktail party kind of energy because you need to probably move around the table a little bit to access parts of the meal that would be locked if you were at in a chair.
Well, get this, Ty. The the layout of the food on the table was kind of like a seamless pattern. It was like
Oh.
it was like chicken and rice, pork, fish, chicken, rice, pork, fish, chicken, rice, and so on. And there's other things in there as well, but it was like perfectly repeated. And there was like fruit, like separating the different sections, and there was like plain rice stationed at
Wow.
every foot. There was like a pot of rice. It was just like perfectly
It's
designed so
beautiful.
that four people could like share one area of the table, and you have access to everything.
That's amazing. That's good urban planning. It's a quilt, a Filipino culinary quilt.
Exactly, Ty. It was,
So
patterned much like the brick wallpaper at a Subway. Like there's no seams in sight.
yeah, it's like if I feel like if Bode made a meal, that's what it would look like.
Exactly. Sewn together with perfection.
Hmm. Now, assuming it's mostly finger food, How are you
Mhm.
keeping the fingies clean during this activation? Did you sneak a couple licks? Are you allowed to? Like, that's a lot of people licking their fingers.
Yeah, you have to be real sneaky if you're wanting to lick your fingers and then, reach in front of your father-in-law and like take something off of his side
Mm-hmm.
of the table.
Mm-hmm.
All the grown men in the group position themselves near the meat, which was kind of funny. It's like, oh, let's sit
Mm-hmm.
here. It was like a nice big hunk of meat right there.
And all the
Um,
women again end up next to the rice.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was funny. The servers came around with plastic gloves as an option. Um,
uh,
you should know this, Ty. Come on,
it's so funny. It's like, dude, you gloved up,
dude.
of
You
course.
can't even make this shit up, dude. It's like so fucking awesome. Oh,
So did you glove up?
I love that. You had to. I mean, yeah, and it was great because you could like, get a fresh pair every every few minutes. You could just like get a new pair of gloves and start fresh.
Damn, you're eating fresh.
Yeah.
Dude, so that's the closest you're probably gonna get to like a Filipino Subway. 'Cause you're gloved up, you're touching the food directly, you're assembling on a plate, presumably,
hmm
and then
No, no plates.
no plates. Wow, paper, a
Banana
sheet
leaf.
of branded paper, banana leaf. Cool. That's very Phil. That's a. Do you think of the Philippine Subway locations? They wrap your foot long in a banana leaf.
Holy shit. Well, I think it's called sticky rice.
No.
That's literally a thing, bro.
Yeah, I guess so, isn't it?
Yeah. You get like a little banana leaf, put all the rice in it, wrap it up, tie it with a nice little bow, stick that in the steamer, and then when
Mm-hmm.
you unwrap, it's like a perfect little like rice burrito.
Beautiful.
hmm
That's making me hungry right now. Damn.
Yeah. Dude, there's lots to see out in the world, man. You just gotta book a plane ticket.
Yeah, catch
Or
flights
head
like
up to
foot
Commercial
longs.
Drive. Yeah, that too. Or catch a foot long during your flight. That's honestly the best way to do it.
Why not both? The best of both
hmm
worlds, Eric. You can eat locally, your foot long, and eat globally. Banana leaf sticky rice.
Yeah, if you bring the foot long with you, you'll always have a taste of home, no matter where you go.
Dude, are you packing? Or you got a footy just like in the holster, ready to go whenever you get
Well, I'm packing a
homesick?
foot long, all right.
A.
Ah, stupid. But yeah, Ty, I would recommend it. There is a vegetarian option, I believe, so
Mm.
worth looking into. Um, I don't know if they do the familia style dining all veggie, but they definitely have a good veggie selection there. I've had it,
I
quite
could be
good.
down. D for the V there. Yeah,
hmm
I like the sound of that. Okay, I will add it to my growing roster of places to eat.
hmm
There's more places to dine than evenings in my life, Eric. I don't know what to do.
Dude, that's the beauty of Subway, man. There's way too many combinations for you to try them all, and everyone's journey is slightly different.
Mm. Even for regular customers, no two Subway experiences are alike.
hmm
Pretty pretty incredible. Unlike like the failing McDonald's, where they are actually trying to create homogeny with every single meal. Like they are optimizing their machinery, their the way they like brainwash their frontline workers, the in-store design, every aspect of the McDonald's system creates homogeny because they're trying to create consistent, perfect little hamburgers. They should always taste the exact same. That go to
hmm
Subway, that ideology is thrown in the toaster, Eric, and just burn. They burn that idea. They burn the books. They burn.
hmm
This is a new manifesto here. New age
Absolutely.
ideas.
Subway said, "Hold my fucking beer. We're about to make a unique experience for you, dog."
They are reforming the concept of fast food, and
hmm
that's why we've been able to talk about them for 200 episodes because yo, this is the new school, baby.
Yeah, you hear that, guys? 200 episodes, exactly 200. Um,
Something like that.
um, this has been excellent. I'm glad I got to
Hell
share that
yeah.
with you, and I'm happy to hear that you're doing great because I'm doing great too.
Yeah, I'm doing so great, Eric. I'm gonna have a great weekend. I'll update you on my weekend plans next episode. I have a feeling it's gonna be an adventure. Um,
Hmm.
but
A
until
movie.
then, yeah, as per usual.
Likewise, I'm gonna be buying a cake in about half an hour and then heading to another activation. So busy week for the Think Fresh boys.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll be traveling through the flower fields of rural Washington, and I will report back what their subway scene's like. So stay tuned,
Hmm.
breadheads. In the meantime, follow us on Instagram. Keep listening at Think Fresh on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever else, and
All the
make sure
other
to give
broke
us a
boy
like and a
platforms.
follow. Yep, you know the ad.
You know the ad. Buongiorno, Bredis.
Buongiorno, breadies. However, right now it's Arrivederci, breadies.
That's right. And they say ciao.
Ciao.